to check back in with Mike Eppel over at 680 with the latest in business news. And it sounds like the housing market is due for a rebound, according to one company.
Yeah, it's the word from Royal LePage this morning. Tammy, good morning. After a fairly sluggish first half of the year, we've seen these precipitous declines in year-over-year housing sales here in the GTA. Anywhere from 20 to 40% on a certain month. Of course, a year ago was record-breaking, and things really cooled off from a sales perspective in the first half of this year as the market adjusted to all sorts of new rules and regulations in the mortgage market and higher mortgage rates as well. Well, Royal LePage this morning saying that the second half will be much different than the first half, in as much as it may have bottomed out in the first 6 months, and things are poised for a rebound with a forecast price gain of 2% in the third quarter. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that there are all sorts of immigrants coming into the Toronto market, and the pace of home construction is not keeping up with demand. So again, not enough supply, more demand, prices and sales expected to either go up or at least stabilize in the second half of the year. Now, Sotheby's International also put out a study this morning saying in the first half, one of the hardest hit segments of the market was the high-end real estate market, anywhere from $1 million to $4 million. Prices held steady, but overall sales activity dropped sharply, again, because of all of those rule changes implemented by various levels of government at the start of the year. Trade worries. What trade worries? Saw the markets yesterday surge to start the week. The Dow was up 320 points, one of the best days of the year, and the TSX closed at a record high. As investors put some of the trade risks on the back burner, the other factor helping the Toronto stock market, actually, rising bank stocks, as we are expecting an interest rate hike tomorrow from the Bank of Canada, which could help the bank earnings. Former Governor of the Bank of Canada, David Dodge, saying that the federal government may have boxed itself in on tax rules now that the U.S. has been cutting corporate and personal taxes. The various levels of government in this country have been raising levels of taxation at the high end, and that could lead to some problems going forward. Many business groups are saying cut taxes to help the Canadian economy. And also, Tammy, today it is another anniversary in the tech world. The App Store opened 10 years ago today, and how our lives have changed ever since. More than 2 million apps available, and I think I've got about 30 on my iPhone.
I was going to say, I probably have about 1 million of them on here. Do you remember your first app?
Oh, gosh. That's a good question, actually.
I think mine was Solitaire. Still got it.
It's probably some sort of a game. Or actually, it was, you know what it was? It was a business news app.
Of course it was a business news app. Of course. All right.
Sure was.
All right, Mike, thanks so much.
You're welcome.